Take a look at my Phantom wallet. Now, with over $750,000 in there, you can tell that I've done something very well. And it's not trading, it's in fact deving. If you watch this video, I'm going to show you a simple step-by-step process that has allowed me to dev coins without the need to know how to code, and see the process for yourself. This video is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Your capital is still at risk. I'm just here to explain how the process works. Okay, so it won't be long now until we get to the live demo, but first, let's take a look at how one of these coins is performing. Now, this is a really interesting one. Even though it's not been running for very long, you can see there's a long period where not much has happened, and then we get this massive spike right here. So this is just goes to show that, you know, the coins can change on a dime at any moment. Things can seem pretty flat, and then all of a sudden the coin could just get loads of hype out of nowhere and just rocket into the sky. And it's that unpredictability that's a real problem for the trader. Okay, now, you know, we can study charts as much as we like, but, you know, most of the time we don't know what's going to happen with a coin unless we have some kind of insider knowledge, right? Or we are a dev and we know exactly what's happening with our coin. I mean, let's take a look at some of these P&Ls here. Yeah, perfect example. You know, you get massive highs, huge lows. It's just not consistent. So how do we make that more consistent? Well, instead of trading, we could start deving. So that's where I came across createcoin.fun. Now, createcoin.fun is a platform that allows you to launch your own coin without the need for coding. There is no coding required in this process. Used to be a big barrier back in the day, but now you don't need to do it. You can just go to createcoin.fun, launch your coin with a bit of Solana, and not have to code a single line. No coding, I promise you that. All you got to do is push a few buttons, and I'm sure you are more than capable of doing that because you've made it to this video. So let's take our not knowing coding asses and let's make some coins. But first, let's take a look at the markets. Now, this is an important thing to know. The pump market is super busy. There's so many shit coins, there's so much bloat, it's impossible to get your coin going anywhere because you just have so much competition. Most coins barely get past $100. If they do, they're very lucky. And even the ones that get past that, very few even then get past the 1K, etc, etc. And it's just because there's so much noise. For most new coins, it's impossible to get past those initial milestones. However, if we switch over to the Meteora market using Dynamic on Terminal, we can see that there is a much better spread in terms of the market caps. You can see many more are getting into the hundreds of thousands. There are several that have gone into the billions, and on one occasion, one got into the trillion. That was silly. All right, so on our Phantom wallet, we have got just over $100. So that's the money I would recommend you have to start with this with. Let's hit Connect Wallet, and then let's hit Phantom, and let's start launching our own coin. Now, typically, you'd make your own coin from scratch, and then you'd give it a name, and you'd give it a symbol, and then you would tie it to an image that would have something to do with your narrative, whatever that may be. Now, that takes a hell of a lot of effort, a lot of luck, and a lot of marketing, and we do not want to do any of that. So let's hit Copy Trending instead. Now, this is a wonderful tool that createcoin.fun has that allows you to copy coins that have already done well on the pump market. Now, we already said the pump market is difficult to get past a lot of the other coins, so these ones have already done it. They are proven concepts, okay? So we can take any of these coins and they are very likely to perform very well. And you've got their names, you've got their market caps and when they were last paired, and you can use this information to help you make a decision. If you're not happy, you can just hit refresh at the top and a load of new coins will be presented to you. I typically just do this based on vibes because I don't run them for very long, so it doesn't really matter what the market cap is. I mean, let's just pick LARP coin. It does have a pretty high market cap of 94K, but I've seen some of the market caps here get into the millions, so it's not that high. Right, you'll get request blocked initially come through, especially when you're first setting up your wallet with this. So you'll have to click proceed, confirm, tick a box, and hit confirm again. This is a standard part of the process. It's just you acknowledging that all of your money is at risk, because of course it is. It's meme coins. We know this, right? So now that we've done that, we have created our token successfully. So we need to put a bit of money behind this by creating a liquidity pool. So we take some of our Solana and we put it behind this coin, and that gives it its initial value before it goes to market. So you can see here you've got the name and the amount of tokens here. You don't need to worry about that. All you need to do is put in an amount of Solana. I would always recommend 0.2 Solana. That seems to be the amount that works for me. Any more and you're starting to worry about overheads, any less and the value just kind of isn't there to get the ball rolling. You can try more, you can try less, but 0.2 has been very consistent for me. Let's hit confirm on that transaction, and soon enough we will get going, but there is one more thing we need to do before we look at Deck Screener. So you can see here our coin is basically ready to go. So we have got the amount of SOL, we have got the tokens, and we've got the estimated value currently sitting at around about $14.76. sense. But first of all, we are going to hit this lightning button. This lightning button is crucial to this process. It is a booster. This booster will put our token to the top of DexScreener's trending list for an hour. Now, why is that important? Well, it's because all the bots are going to be looking at that trending list and they are going to click without thinking because they're robots. As well as that, you've got trend chasers, traders who just want to trade on the trending coins, and they're excellent as well because they will just click without much thinking. So for an hour, we'll be boosted. It costs us 0.25 Sol. I'm not even going to run for an hour, and you're going to see that we are going to make way more money than 0.25 Solana. So let's hit confirm on there, and then we are good to go. So we're going to hit DexScreener, and we are going to have a look and see how our coin performs. So we're starting at 0. Of course, you can see that our LARP coin is on the Matora market, ready to go, and already our market cap has breached the 1k mark, or at least it did briefly. It will go back up soon enough. There we go, back to above 1k. So as you can see, immediately we have started performing better than, I would say, about 99% of coins that end up on pump, and it's because of these compounding factors. You have got a coin that is already proven in a better market with a booster. That's the reason why this method works so well. I don't even need to run it for very long. I could switch back to createcoin.fun now, and then I can hit refresh and we can see how much value we have attained. So if you would like to win 50% of what I make on this coin, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and you'll be put into a prize draw where you could win 50% of what I make on this coin. So let's see how much money this coin is now worth. 1.27k. Remember, guys, this started at $14.70 odd cents, 76 cents, I think. So that is an incredible transformation. Hit the minus button, hit 100%, remove that liquidity, put it all in your pocket, pay a transaction fee because, of course, we'd like the money, please. And then in my Phantom wallet, $105 has turned into $1,269. It is as easy as that. Make sure you get on this method sooner over later because eventually this will become very crowded.